Hello, champions. Chris Darapel here from Evansville, Indiana, and I will be providing you your WOD video for 26 February 2016. As I was reflecting about the topic of what I was going to discuss on this WOD video, I really stopped to think about what was it about Avocare that drew me in. And as I stopped to reflect on this, what spoke out to me the most is it's about the people. Well, you may say, Chris, there's people everywhere. People is not good enough answer. And you're right. As I started to peel that back a little bit more, I realized that it was the quality of people that were there. It was that I was surrounded by true champions, but leaders. And looking at the aspect of leadership, it's kind of funny, but been part of the military for 23 years. What better organization to go to learn about leadership than a organization that's been practicing it since 1776? And then I started to realize, well, leadership is a pretty big term. And in fact, there's numerous amount of books that write about the characteristics and attributes of what makes up a good leader. Even the Army has its own regulations on the characteristics, attributes, dimensions of what makes up a good leaders. And I started to look a little bit deeper about what it was about the leadership in Avocare that drew me in. And I will tell you that it was about steward leadership. Steward leadership is something that so many organizations lack within their leadership. And I will submit to you that the military has been lacking in steward leadership as well. The Army has carried the motto for many years that mission first, people always. I would think that over at least the past 15 years, it's been mission first, mission always. We have lost a critical aspect of our identity in taking care of one another. And I don't say this to bash military life or anything of that nature. In fact, no. I will tell you that the military has recognized this issue and they're doing things on their part to better this mindset. Like John C. Maxwell says, companies rise and fall dependent upon the leadership that leads them. And quite honestly, leadership itself could take a lifetime to grasp. So I just simply wanted to talk about steward leadership, what it takes to be a steward leader, and how do you allow that into your business in Avocare. First off, before we go that route, I want to talk about what a steward leader is. It's about adding value by serving others. And I want to talk about this and how it's impacted our business and what my experience in Avocare has been since I've been part of it since July of 2013. So we're going to do it in a little riddle as we normally hear. This is what I saw. What I saw were some of the phenomenal leaders like Z. Pitar, Kim and Z. Pitar, and Jesse and Beth Reynolds. They were humble. They were energetic. They were motivated. They were empowering and they were noble. I call them He-Men. Again, that stands for humble, energetic, motivated, empowered, and noble people. They inspired me to be something greater than I was. And in fact, I took that inspiration into action. I started pouring myself into the success of others on my team. And this is what happened. The true value of Avocare really showed itself the day that some of my team members turned to me and thanked me for the work that I put to them and getting them success. That, to you, I submit, is the true value of Avocare. It's about having the passion to helping others. You can't fake being genuine about wanting to help others. If you try it, people will see through it. And it's not about giving everything to people as what they want. It's not about doing everything for them. That is the reason why so many people in Avocare that are being successful are coaches and teachers. It's no rhyme or reason. I would say it's not a requirement to be successful, but it absolutely makes sense that many of the coaches and teachers in AdvoCare are very successful. And that's because they coach, teach, and mentor their team members. They provide them hope. They help them achieve small success along the way. And they help them with casting vision. Now, there's 3 typical ways that we cast vision in AdvoCare, and that's through health, energy, and finances. I would tell you, people that master a law of connection are better postured to become servant leaders. Now, how to become a servant leader? I will tell you that Brandon Forbes did an excellent job in a posting of his, kind of defining the how concept. And the how concept is an acronym for help others win. And again, I refer to this as you're not doing this for them, but what you're doing is getting them into action. And you're doing this by identifying the greatness that is in individuals. You're getting them to see that greatness in themselves, and then you're getting them to take action on the greatness that they have. I will tell you, Tom Peters once said, leadership is not so much about creating more followers, it's about creating more leaders. And that's what you have to be truly successful in the AdvoCare world. To even go more deeper into how to be a servant leader, I want to refer to John C. Maxwell's Law number 5, the Law of Addition, in his book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. The first step in order to become a servant leader, you need to truly value others. And in valuing others, that's getting them to see that greatness in themselves. That's getting them to take action upon that greatness. It's about aligning people with their strengths to cover some of the things that you're weak in. It's about being a team. And team is another acronym of together, everyone achieves more. Step number 2 is to make ourselves more valuable to others. Now, this is about taking an inventory first. First off, do I have something of value to add to others? I more commonly do this through a SWOT analysis inventory of myself. Looking at what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, what are opportunities, what are threats. And then for my weaknesses, I go out and I seek self-development. And I found an amazing way in this business for seeking self-development for your business is actually through the team calls, success system, such as going to success school, leadership school. All those things are developing yourself and your abilities to build your business. Other ways are of reading, just as I showed you here in the materials that I read now. Workshops, education. You need to identify through this process what are you willing to give up. And it should be those things that do not add any value into your life. We all have the same 24 hours given to us, God has given to us each day. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is what we choose to do with those 24 hours. Step number 3, and probably the most important in my book, do things that God values. God calls us to be servants. We have to serve that greater purpose. Even on the aspect that we are moral and ethical people. We carry ourselves and we are the example. We are the light for others to follow. And being moral and ethical, it also reminds me of a saying, leaders tell but never teach until they practice what they preach. Why is servant leadership so important? Jim Collins says again that companies rise and fall based on leadership. I haven't said it till now, but I'm telling you, For financial reasons, it is important. The size of your paycheck will reflect based off of those you help. And listen to Mike Wade, the VP of Sales. He put it very clearly to me in saying this: add followers, you add dollars. Add leaders, you multiply dollars. I agree with also what he said, that the most important aspect of this business, the most important action that you could take, is talking to people right now about AdvoCare. But the very second most important thing that you can do in AdvoCare is to be that servant leader. It's been a pleasure talking to you tonight. I look forward to doing more of these WOD videos. God bless you, and Godspeed in doing a great business. Have a great night.